We start with a simple mental exercise. Please play along. It's not meant to be realistic yet. Imagine we are standing in a crowd and I lend you this $20 bill. You spend it on something and it travels through the crowd in a series of buy-sell transactions until, way at the back unknown to you and I, someone lends the $20 bill instead of spending it. It travels back through the crowd in another series of transactions until you earn it and pay it back to me. Now, imagine this is the only $20 bill in existence and the debt is payable only with this $20 bill. What have we just created? Two completely disconnected debts of the same money. It is impossible to pay both lenders, but it is possible to avoid default. Now, if I, the original source of the $20 bill, don't spend or lend the full $20 on time to meet the schedule of the other debt, that borrower cannot pay and will lose his shirt. And if I do lend it and the debt does get paid, the $20 bill will have to be borrowed again from the second lender to pay me. And now this must go on and on perpetually without fail. Assuming that all lenders will lend it again and again on time to avoid defaults, the amount of loaned money borrowed back and forth must never be less than the $20 bill. And every time the amount in circulation increases, the increase must be maintained. And there could be more secondary lender borrowers out there in the crowd. There could be who knows how many dependent on the same $20 bill, so that if the $20 bill is not forthcoming on time, $40 or $60 or who knows how much debt could default. Is this starting to look like something we sense is happening in real life? Well, let's make it real. Imagine that I am the banking system and the only source of money. I create the money I lend solely by the borrower promising to pay it back. Therefore, it is the same as the only $20 bill in existence. Nothing can substitute for it. The second lenders are the current depositors, who are only lending the money the borrowers and the banks created, not spending it. In addition, there may have been lending of that money that occurred prior to it arriving in its current ownership. Imagine that, although savers include a lot of people who aren't rich, the bulk of savings belong to rich people and especially now to large corporations with no incentive to spend them on production and jobs because there's no demand. And there's no demand because the money the borrowers created is locked up in the savings of large corporations instead of being spent on production and jobs. The result? A crash, economic stagnation, default, bank failures, bailouts, stimulus, and quantitative easing. All caused by the impossible debt that is the inevitable outcome of income disparity. The root causes of impossible debt are twofold. One, money as a thing in itself that can be cornered by the powerful and only lent into circulation. Two, power and income disparity that both enables this entrapment by debt and grows from it by the practices of charging interest and manipulating markets.